welcome to another Train Direct video. This one is going to be part of the Necroplaza series, so this is currently video 7, and this one is the Substation completed. I've not done many more work videos up until this point. Basically I just wanted to get this one done because I've been working on all the other parts of the actual Necroplaza itself, and I've come up with so many more ideas. I'm also going to do a video very shortly, not sure when, but very shortly I'm going to do another what is a Necroplaza, because I've had an email actually and basically asking me what the hell is a Necroplaza. If you Google it you're not going to find it, so I'll do a small video, a quick video on what is a Necroplaza. Okay, so we'll go and take a look over at the bench and go and see the completed substation. Catch you in a minute. Okay, so welcome back over to the bench, and here we have the completed substation. First of all, what's changed since the last time? Well, it's been painted and it's complete. First of all, you'll notice the base. The base has been given a coating of textured grey paint, and inside that textured grey paint I include things like sand and ballast rocks and things like that, and basically it gives a really nice stony, rough looking feel to the actual thing itself. I'll move it back so we can see a little bit closer. A little bit too close. Okay, so on here you can see all the details like really kind of popped out. Inside most of all these I've actually added like a weathered effect, so I've watered it down with some with some water and using the black smoke, and just filled the gaps in to give them depth, to make them look more natural, and then dry brushed over the whole area, and then again just touched up in different places with the actual smoke effect pigment. On the building up at the top, if we pan back, I've added in some of the smoke effect pigments over the top to give it like a grime sort of look. I thought this actually looked like really good because this was a really light grey, and the two contrasting colours between the base and the actual thing wasn't looking terribly great until I actually did that. Then I was, yep, this is actually looking quite good. The camera's probably not doing it as much justice as what it actually looks like in real life. Banging the camera there, so bringing this back into light. Then I've added their hazard strips, the black and yellow hazard strips, then weathered them with slight rust pours and like smoke effects on the top, and some industrial city dirt pigment from the Mig pigment range, which is rather good actually. And yeah, I've added these sections onto the actual tower and rusted them up, and the whole point of putting these pieces on here are to allow me to connect my next building into this one. Thus, if I move the camera slightly and I get another piece of this will then clip into the second, and then we'll carry on to another piece. But the good thing is because they're not glued, I can take them out and it's easy for storage. So these pieces, the smaller pieces, will be separate. And saying this over here with the actual cables themselves, I was originally going to be using these sort of cables. This is actual real wire, very flexible, but when I was putting them on it didn't just seem to look right, and I wasn't happy with it, and if I'm not happy I'm not doing it. So at a trip to my local DIY store I actually bumped into the strimmer section, and this is actually just strimmer cable. Extremely cheap, loads on a roll, absolutely millions, more than I'm ever probably going to use, and I think that just gives it a lot better overall look when you're actually looking at the building. So we'll pan back. So when you're actually looking at the building, I think it actually looks it looks better. It makes it stand out a little bit more, because this is only a very small piece of terrain in a very large set. So what else? I've added rust effects onto the top, streaking down by the rivets. The rivets actually, I think, actually do look really good now with the actual rust effects on. It's actually bringing them forward, making them stand out closer. So the rust effects for me, brand new to using the actual whole weathering pigment stuff. I'd never used them before, and I'm very impressed with the MIG pigment range. I am actually going to purchase a couple more different manufacturers of the pigments to actually see what else I've got in, what else that they can do, because there's a couple of other potentials which I'll probably do a review on in the new year, which actually do look really good. So yeah, overall I'm really happy with the way that this whole thing's turned out. The whole purpose of the actual substation itself was to give me a feel for all the new techniques that I'll be using and implement them over the bigger terrain pieces. I'll give you a glimpse at one of the next pieces of terrain, so I'll go and grab that and replace that. Whoop. There we go. Okay, so you've seen this one before in one of my earlier videos, but at that point it wasn't base coated and ready. Again, this is using the textured paint. If you look, try and get a closer look at that. Zooming in, weep. There we go. And all these actual stones and rocks are actually mixed into my actual textured paint, so when I paint it on. So yeah, that's the landing pad. Thanks for watching. Happy wargaming. Bye bye.